Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is my What's on My Desk update for June, and I'm showing you some of my new illustrations from my country diary and just a little bit more about what I've been up to. June's been such a beautiful month that I've been out sketching and walking a lot and trying to get my garden started as well. And I have some new botanical illustrations to show you. All right, so here is what I have been working on. You can see I have almost almost identical paintings. So these are my country diary paintings that I took my sketchbook apart. I think I explained that in a previous video. So I made a title page. I hadn't done a title page yet, and I decided to redo one. I had started on one, and you can see here, I did the text. It was before I named it the country diary, so that didn't even match, and then it was just not happening for me. So anyway, I'm just going to get rid of this one. And then I have been doing some looser, more relaxed botanicals, that kind of like botanical tangles. And I always get really inspired to do those in June because everything comes out and all the wildflowers are all tangled together. So I actually was just experimenting first in this other sketchbook I have that I didn't really like the paper. So it was kind of just like not a throwaway sketchbook, but not anything precious to me. Some people really like that Be Creative paper. I don't think it's available as much anymore. So these are some of the botanical tangles, I shall call them, that I've been doing just of my walks at the marsh. And it's kind of funny because this is now kind of turned into its own little country diary. So here's some bush vetch, wild geranium, and daisies and wild grass. And then I used this to test my idea for my country diary sketchbook title page, and now that's in there. And I like this handwriting too. It's a little more my style than the block writing. I still like that for the month title pages. And so this is, again, the bush vetch, wild geranium, and buttercup. All plants that are in bloom right now and just really inspiring. And one of the reasons I'd like to paint like this is it's a way to just quickly get it onto the paper. These take me anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes to paint from start to finish. So I can do that, especially with having a baby, and also just there's so much to paint and everything changes so quickly this time of year. So here is St. John's wort and daisies and wild grasses. And then this one I've just done sort of experimenting just with buttercups and a little bit of grass in there. And again, this one was really loose. Some of my other buttercups are a little bit more detailed, but it's extremely relaxing to do. And it also ties in with the more realistic botanicals as well. You can see in Edith Holden's country diary, this is a title page for June, that she also has some loose and sort of tangled botanicals added in with her more realistic paintings. This is actually, I think, the one that is on the cover. So yes, it's not necessarily traditional botanically accurate, but it really does add something, especially to a country diary. So having, you know, more of the realistic look and then this together is sort of what my goal has been all along. And let's see, I'm not going to show you all of my June pages because I'm saving that for next week's video for the June country diary update. But let's see, the title page for June, it looks, I think, really nice together, very harmonious colors with, you know, nature has an amazing color palette. You can never really go wrong. So I always find at a certain time of year, all the colors of the flowers go together, which is, we're just coming off spring and early summer, and there's, you know, pinks and purples and creams and soft yellows, whereas now we go into the later summer, there's going to be more deep yellows and oranges and reds and it all just sort of ties together seasonally. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this book too with no sort of expectations. We'll see. I wish that I didn't have to take this one apart because I love showing you guys like an actual sketchbook flip through. Of course I will be putting it back together. But I also have really appreciated being able to use different types of paper. This is Arches paper. That's the fluid speedball paper, and there's also actually that June title page I showed you. This is Daler-Rowney. So I've realized for different ways that I paint, I like different paper. So I'll talk more about that in the next video when we do the June tour, but those are sort of what's going on with my paintings right now. And I have quite a few new pages to show you for June, a little sneak peek. And then the other things that I have going on, I am an artist ambassador for World Watercolour Month, so I'm going to switch over to my computer screen and show you a little bit about that as well. All right, so I'm here on doodlewash.com, and this is a pretty well-known, established watercolor blog, and it's run by Charlie, and he's here, and an awesome guy, and he had me invited me on for a guest artist feature, so I wrote an article. It's a pretty interesting article about my life and watercolors, so I'll just click on it here. So this just kind of goes over a journey of where I decided to become a botanical artist and the evolution of my art. And journey as a botanical artist, but also goes over sort of my life and what's happened in the last 6 years. A lot of people, if you've been following for a long time, might know that like my living situation has changed quite a few times. And 6 years ago, I left a very unhealthy relationship and ended up sort of leaving my home in the middle of the day. And so that was really challenging. And then life didn't get too much easier coming back home, even though I met my husband. We have a son now. It's been peaks and valleys, shall we say. Anyway, so I do go over sort of what's gone on and how that is intertwined and affected and encouraged sometimes my botanical art. So the article is called Holding On to Creativity Through Adversity, My Journey as a Botanical Artist. So if you want to check that out, I'll link it in the video description below. And I also happen to be a artist ambassador for World Watercolour Month, and that's also something put on by Charlie and Doodle Wash. So they have ambassadors every month for the challenge. The challenge is there's a daily prompt in July. So here I am featured on the ambassador page. And so yeah, it's like a global watercolor community painting challenge. And there's also a shop here. And the ambassador artists here have all donated a piece of artwork to be featured on some merchandise. You can probably hear my son in the background. He's getting tired of learning how to crawl right now. So here are my merchandise. So if you wanted to support children's art, it's like a children's art fundraiser, then you can click one of these and purchase some of my artwork featured on a pouch or a mug. And there's more about the actual challenge here on the webpage, frequently asked questions about. There's also a bunch of giveaways. You can click there and enter a bunch of really amazing giveaways. And then most importantly, here is the directions for the challenge, which starts July 1st, which is Monday. And there's all the prompts here. So I'm going to do my best to try and take part in sharing some of those prompts with you. And I hope you do the same as well. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, subscribe to my channel for more videos, and stay tuned next week for my June Country Diary tour to show you all of the new illustrations for June. And if you would like to learn more about my painting style and learn more about botanical painting and how to do it in less time, then click the link below and sign up for my 1-hour class, which is completely free on how to paint a wild rose.